We are in the city of... The map I have doesn't have the city name on it. We are on that city near that bridge. It's great.
Moonrise Crossing.
Moonrise Crossing. Yes. Right there. We are currently chasing after the cults of... Do we know their name yet?
Well, no. You
Yeah,
don't even
we're
know if
after
it's a
that.
cult.
That is true.
You guys
We've
are
heard.
assuming it's a cult. They are giving out blessings, and you guys think they're bad. So...
Yes. So we're chasing a group of people who are spreading word about a new deity that none of us have heard about. So we are on chase, particularly because there's a few missing people from the town of Dawn Hollow. And we are hot on their trail after buying a horses and carriage. And we are stopping here in order to get more funds because some of us have less gold than others. And trying to get more information. Since we've made up time, we decided to pick up a little bit of work while we are in the town. The first thing we did was the bridge keeper had a box that he could not open and offered a reward for anybody who was able to open it. And Magnus decided to give it a try. And at first he didn't succeed, but then Pippin gave him a golden tooth that he found somewhere, labeled Lucky, and insists that if Magnus puts it in his mouth, it will help him. So, Magnus, trusting a Kinder, decided it was a good idea.
Yeah. He accidentally licked it because the player went nah.
Yeah. That's so gross.
So the golden tooth burrowed into his gums and got painful whenever he started to do something wrong when opening the box. And the pain went away when he did something right. And then he was able to open the box with the tooth's help. Then the tooth dissolved. We got some cool information about buried treasure and stuff in angelic script. Pretty neat stuff. And
Which
now
I do now have the script, so I can read that out after the recap, so then people know what it said.
Neat. Then the other thing we wanted to do is that one of the townsfolk hasn't been seen for a few days, and some of their neighbors are worried, so we were sent to discreetly check their house out. No one was it appeared no one was in the house, so the cleric climbed through the window. Our cleric
Wimble?
played by Zach over there. Wimble, yes. Wimble climbed through the window. We couldn't find anything, but we did find a trap door underneath a rug. So we all went in and started going down the darkened tunnel. That went on for an hour or so. And we came across a door with voices on the other side, and that is where we stopped. Did I miss anything important?
I don't think so. That was pretty in-depth for somebody that said they didn't take notes.
I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's pretty impressive.
As long as it's about games and things I like, I can remember a lot.
I am the same way.
Yeah. Okay. So the scroll that you guys had found in the puzzle box, there was a like a small piece of a map, and then the scroll that was written in Celestial. And the scroll said, "Where the world's bones lie." Where the world. I need to read this from a fucking different screen because my eyes are not reading that very well. Oh. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, it's fine. I'll just squint. Where the world's bones lie broken in the sundering lands, and the winds sigh through the deepest scars, a hollow sleeps. Within a shadowed fissure, echoes of a sacred purpose linger. Its stones hold a resonance of what was, awaiting those who can listen to the earth's oldest prayers. That was the scroll. I can, oh no, I already put it in the party chat. So if you guys need to look at it, you're welcome to. Not the stream people, unfortunately, because you're not in the party chat. Okay, let me activate this scene. Can everybody see the map? I mean, the little itty bitty bit of the map.
Yes, we're in a tunnel and there's a door.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Yes. So I need to do this. Do this. Okay. So, like we said, you traveled down this path for the last hour. It's been cool and damp, and the tunnel itself is ancient, with interlocking stonework that really attests to like good craftsmanship. Like it's that stonework that doesn't need mortar, like that kind of really cool stuff. As you make your way down, the air gradually becomes fresher, and the silence that has kind of been pervading this area, you've only been able to hear your footsteps and little bits of talking if you've been talking. But you come to the end of the tunnel where a door is. It's not a stone door, but it's a cleverly constructed barrier of interwoven branches, roots, and moss, and it blends pretty seamlessly into the earth. And for those of you that kind of have an idea of this kind of thing, it probably can't be seen as a door from the outside because it's all like packed and made to look natural. But when you get to the actual end of this passage, there are some like gaps and stuff in the door where voices come through. And you hear voices that are strained, urgent, and tinged with panic and anger. The words are quite muffled, but you do pick up some things. There are two distinct female voices and one male voice that sounds like he's in pain or distressed of some sort. We shall see how good I am at distinguishing between the two, but we'll see. So, at first you hear a female voice, sounds quite young, trembling very close to tears, and you hear those eyes. Oh, by the stars, those eyes. Did you see how it just drank the light? And Helen, God's Helen. The male voice is quite raspy, sharp with pain. He goes, the ritual focus was compromised. Your counter resonance, Mirren, it was too slow. The anchoring matrix shattered before the final note. And then you hear another female voice, tight and urgent. My timing was precise. It was the surge from the rift itself. Your calculations didn't account for that level of astral instability. Forget blame for now. That matriarch and its mate, they're loose with their cubs. The younger female voice. Cubs? Oh, spirits, they'll be hungry. They'll head for the farms. We have to warn someone. The male voice is now laced with frustration, and he goes, Warn who, girl? The local bumpkins? The oracles? And tell them what? That the Veil Watchers failed? That we unleashed horrors upon their doorstep? Secrecy, Linnea, the Order's first tenant. But what were those things? We can't just let them roam. The farmlands are secondary to the rift. It's still pulsing. Can't you feel it? More could come through. You still hear them kind of arguing, but as they are frantically having this argument, you hear a tapestry of fear and blame and desperation. What would you like to do?
I look back at everyone. I reckon we should introduce ourselves.
Are we going to do it dramatically?
Lead the way, my delightful friend.
Wonderful. I've always wanted to be a hero.
The door does. You can click the door open and move yourselves about as you see fit. Our fire kind of just grumbles. I am not going to try and roleplay her. But she is there. She's just quite quiet, which is not quite out of character from how she's played her so far.
Pimpin pulls out his wand of conducting. And he goes, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and he opens up the door and dances into the room.
So when you step through this door, it slides open quite easily, and you open up into a little bit of a, like, it's surrounded by hills, and there are 6 standing crystal-like stones that 4 of them, so the 2 on the left and the 2 on the top, are emitting a pulsing light. The 2 on the right are dark. And you see 3 figures standing in front of what looks like a crack in the ground that is also pulsing, with like a purpley shifting shadowy type energy. And so we have a young, I believe she's a half elf. I'd have to double check. So a young girl that looks to be very, very scared. She is frantic, on the verge of tears, wringing her hands, all of that, and looks not super experienced. And then we have like a late 20s, early 30s human woman with a like a instrument, and she looks like she'd be the singer. So you probably could see that she'd probably be Mirren. And then on the ground, Linnea does not appear injured at all. Just desperately terrified. Mirren looks pretty injured, definitely below half. And the older gentleman, which you did not hear name, he's definitely some sort of scholar, probably some sort of magic user, and he is in desperate, blood everywhere. He has got a broken arm, and he looks exhausted. And when you come out of the the secret tunnel, waving this like ta-da, they all whip around. Mirren draws her short bow and points it at you, and Leonin ducks behind the crystal. And the old fella is like, How did you find us? You can't be here. This isn't safe.
You know, I always hate resorting to blackmail, but it seems that y'all are in a bind, and I want to be a hero for a moment. How about you put the bow away? You're Mirren, yes?
How'd you know that? Who are you?
Me? I am the wonderful and magnificent Pippin Glimmerwaltz! Or at least I will be magnificent someday. But for now, we were sent to check up on you by your neighbors. It's nothing too special.
Well, you can't be here. It's not safe. You should just go back down the path.
Don't make me do blackmail. That's so lame.
Now, I think what my friend here is trying to come across is we are here to help in this situation. I don't know anything about blackmail, but I am a healer, and I could possibly help your friend that doesn't look so good over there.
What do you want out of it? Like, you need to... This isn't going to go well. If the portal fluctuates again, this is the old man, it will mean all of us dead.
Well,
From what it looks like it's already gone poorly. So I think you should just accept whatever help you can get at this point.
Wimble, roll persuasion with advantage.
$14.
You don't understand. This is not... I mean, you can heal us, but then you have to leave. We need to track this thing down after we close this portal. And then Mirren's like, no, we need to track it down first. And then they start arguing. And, like, back and forth where Mirren's like, no, we need to go track these things. He's like, but if we don't close the portal, more could come. And Linnea is how it's actually pronounced. I actually wrote it down. Linnea is just like looking around like, but it's gonna eat everybody. Like they're gonna find a nest, or they're gonna make a nest, and then what happens when it drinks all the light? Can they make it so no light comes, or do they just? Can they drink the sun? And then they just start arguing.
I'm going to, before I heal anybody, I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy and make my voice super loud. And I'm gonna yell,
Okay.
Everyone, quiet! Stop arguing.
Okay. Is everybody where they want to be? Because...
Did I do something bad?
Yeah?
Listen, you're 2 for 2 on thaumaturgy yelling being a problem. You should probably just assume that yelling attracts things to you. Especially when we were just told that there's a something maybe near here, maybe not.
Hey, the good news is if there is something near here, it's not going after other farms.
That is true.
Or there's an open rift and your voice is kind of like a beacon.
That's a good point.
That is also true.
I don't give
know
the
that.
DM ideas. First rule of D&D.
All right. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Awesome.
And Linnea looks at you and goes, oh no, we're dead now. You shouldn't have done that. And she is going to panic.
Well, the good news is that booming voice lasts for like a minute.
So everything you say is going to boom?
If I want it to.
Oh, if you want it to. Oh, I guess Our Fire needs to roll initiative. All right. Well,
Not
okay.
bad.
It does give me advantage on charisma intimidation
Oh.
checks.
Uh,
It's too
Just a
late for that
second.
now, though.
he gets to roll that. Okay.
I'm so glad I moved right into the front line with my not a frontliner cleric.
I'm just glad
It's okay. You're two
glad
front.
you shot me down.
You're frontliner, and you're almost, and will soon be a somewhat frontliner over here. You can always hide behind the NPCs.
Okay. Let's see. That. There. Okay. So. I'm going to start the combat.
When we roll our initiative, what's the point? Like, I got a 0.18.
Yeah, so it's just a tiebreaker so that we don't have to mess around with.
Does that scale on our decks or something?
Yeah.
I think it's Dex and proficiency bonus or something like that, right?
I'm not
Mhm.
exactly sure.
I think just straight Dex.
Well, because
All I know is
think-
that it does.
It do stuff. Got it. So I noticed there's nothing to attack here.
No, so you don't know that anything is there, but based on Linnea's reaction, like she thinks something is probably still in the area.
Got
I
it.
guess would be the best way to describe that. You don't see anything currently? I mean, you could roll a perception check, I guess.
That seems like a good idea, just to see if she's being hysterical or not.
Also, at this point,
I got a 22.
okay, let me actually roll that.
I'm just getting Jurassic Park vibes. That's a bad
So-
idea.
With a 22,
Uh-huh.
you notice that this crystal,
Yep.
the light is dimming, and based on kind of what they had said, you look over and you see stalking towards you.
It's a dog.
No. Oh, that's not the right one. This one. Let me find the picture because it's kind of freaky.
Oh, it's cute.
You see this creature. It is a large, clearly male. With the 22, you can tell it's clearly male. He's got a quite lion-like body with a mane. He's got the two horns coming off of his head, ears, and a multitude of black eyes. And he is coming towards you guys aggressively.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they do. And that is Pippin is gonna point in at the direction and go, "Look alive, everyone! It seems all the actors are here."
Also, we are probably, after all of your shenanigans, we're probably at about, like, the because you guys started around, like, what? Mid-morning. So we're probably afternoon, like, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So still sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I am going to cast a Starry Wisp at the creature. Woo!
23. So this is radiant damage.
Yes, it's radiant damage, and the creature also emits dim light in a 10-foot radius and cannot benefit from invisibility.
Okay. So what does it look like when you cast a spell? Because I don't think you have, or have you cast a spell?
I have not yet.
Okay, so what does this look like? Because I'm so glad you cast this first. Just saying.
Pippin does a kind of flourish with his hand and pulls out of one hand a string of light and then flings it at the beast,
Okay.
and it goes.
Can you make an intelligence check as this, like an intelligence ability check, just straight up intelligence?
Yep.
And
Oh, please don't tell me.
I'm trying to click the intelligence thing, and it's not. Oh wait, there we go. I have to click the word there. All right.
Okay.
I got
with
a
a
9.
you are just like, yeah, sling. I'm gonna make it so it can't go invisible, because clearly it's gonna go invisible. And as the light shoots towards it, it just absorbs into this creature, and you see a shimmer over its leonine body, and then it envelops it, goes inside, snuffs out, and nothing happens
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
that you can see.
So, Pippin's then gonna turn to the scared girl behind him and go, "All right, no time to freak out. You gotta tell us what we gotta do, because clearly I don't know what's going on." I'm trying to.
It came, it attacked, it ate the light, it ran away with Helena, and then they're gone, and now it's here.
And how do we kill it?
If I knew that, it would be dead.
Good point. I'm now going to
Bonus action or movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Wimble right there a bardic inspiration.
I don't know why. All my spells are radiant.
Don't worry about it.
You
Wait, I
have
might.
the
I have. I
beastie
think I have
targeted too.
one.
Did I give him the bardic right?
You had the beastie targeted. So, but that's okay. I can.
I had them both targeted.
Mhm.
I
That's
forgot
okay,
to
I can just-
untarget the beast. All right. And that will be my turn. Where's the intern button?
And it's a D6, right? 1 to 4.
Yep.
Yeah, D6. Okay, Wimble has a bardic inspiration. Magnus, can you see how far away is that creature? Or it's like what? Is it say 120 feet? No,
80 feet
80 feet. This
from
thing
the frontmost
stalks
area.
out. Actually, I mean, you would have seen where the light went. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I hollered and pointed in its direction.
Yeah, and these crystals do provide cover. Like, you can't shoot through the crystal. I just didn't put walls
Yeah, you
around
just
them.
didn't put physical walls on them. That's fine.
Mhm.
I can scoot my happy little butt over here.
Yeah.
And as I whip out my blunderbuss, you guys will notice that it's a little bit longer than it you might normally expect a blunderbuss to be.
That.
Elephant rifle now.
Pretty much.
A 16
Okay.
does hit.
16 to hit as I line up and shoot. for 11 damage.
Yeah, you can see it look around at you, snap its tail, and give like a deep rumbling growl. It's a Nick. This looks like a very, very powerful creature.
I don't think it likes me much anymore. Alright. And then for my bonus action, because I have a thing. Doesn't show it. I'm going to use a bonus action to give myself a Moxie point.
Okay.
Just need to find a thing.
I do not know how to use Arfire's character, so this will be fun.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, Wimble, do you see this light do nothing?
Okay.
And the bolt of, like, the when it gets hit by the blunderbust's attack, it barely touched it.
All right, now, old man, do you do anything in combat, or are you useless as you look?
Of course, I can do things in combat. However, we just had a combat, and I am running dangerously low on spells.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, he would have, no, because mage armor lasts for how
8
long?
hours.
Okay, so he would have the mage armor. Let me just put that on him.
Well, shoot. All right, so I'm going to move over here. I'm going to target this beastie and use the only non-radiant damage spell I have. Do I click MIDI save or save?
MIDI, I think. Yeah, because then it'll automatically roll his. He is very much not very wise. He rolled a 10. And his vision snaps around at you.
Does the necrotic damage seem to do what I expect?
It does.
Okay. Bonus action. Gonna heal and word the useless mage behind me.
She would also be low on shit.
8.
Perfect.
And
she would be down to 1.
I'll end my turn.
Alright, Arfire was a little bit farther behind. She is going to come up to protect the mage dude, and she's going to pick him up and then turn to him and go, "Do you know what this thing is?" And he responds, "I've only ever read about things like this. It's definitely from a different plane of existence. I believe they're called Dawn Drinkers. And Radiant heals them. So please don't do that again. But they are also very, very powerful, and the mum and cubs are out there somewhere too. We will die. If they attack us, we will die." And then she's gonna hold her action. End turn. He's going to stand up. and he is going to move kind of back. And then magic missile because you guys are... Wait, how far does magic missile? Oh, lots of room. He is going to back up and then cast magic missile on the creature. Just fuck off. Magic missile cast. We're going to do another 4 minus 4. And that is his turn. Sev.
All right.
Sorry, that was really loud.
20. Wait. I don't have clear line of sight on it, I don't think.
From there, no. You'd have to take another step across. He'd have like half cover. From there, you could like duck.
Oh, I mean, so I can still fire at him. He'll just have what, 2 higher AC.
Yeah. So
I'll-
a minus 2 to the attack.
I'll just
If
do that.
you're yeah.
I moved my full movement.
Okay.
Regrettably.
At least this thing rolled real bad on its initiative.
Right.
Good thing I got the radiant damage thing out of the way. I just thought it would go invisible.
Yeah. We didn't try to hit it with like a guiding bolt or something.
Hey, maybe if we feed it enough radiant damage, it'll be our friend.
I literally, like, my plan before Pippin did that was to hit it with Guiding Bolt.
Unfortunately, an 11 misses as it just kind of like slinks out of the way. This is
That's a warning shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll end my turn there.
Mirren. 60 feet. Mirren looks at you and goes, "You don't understand. We can't kill this." And then she's going to try and whisper at it very nastily. Nastily.
You're such a
Viciously.
dirty creature.
She is going to vicious mockery it.
Oh.
What's the range on that? 60 feet. Because she wants to save her last spell slot. It does fail its saving throw. Luckily. Which is good because its turn is next. As it bolts towards Wimble and is going to smash you in the face twice. Actually, it would have stopped here.
I'm loud and I'm flailing my arms. This is how you deal with aggressive animals.
A 19 to hit?
It hits.
Okay. 21 points of damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Guys, I don't Constitution saving throw, you said?
Mm-hmm. By the
Oh.
way, it does this twice.
Just curious, was that maxing the thing? Oh, I'm gonna roll my bardic inspiration on that.
Not
It
quite.
did get
This is
It did
11.
max the D8. It did. I will say it did max the D8.
Well, I'm just curious because
An
It was
11.
nearly max. It was 3 points shy from being max damage.
I'm just saying if it does 2 more points of damage on the next hit, guys, Wimble doesn't exist in this campaign anymore.
Like at all?
Like if you do 23 points of damage on the next hit, Wimble is instant dead.
Yeah.
I have
Dude,
22
guy.
HP.
Kitty.
I'm at 1.
You're blind.
Okay.
As oops, I accidentally put blinded on the wrong one. You are blinded as the creature reaches out and slams down with its paw, and all of the light that it has, well, not all of, some of the light that it has absorbed hits you and bursts across your vision. And then I am so sorry. I did try and tell you as a note. Just saying. I did try and tell you.
Not
it's
to
going to-
shoot myself in the foot here, but since I can't see it, it would make
He
the
has
attack
advantage.
at advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Please not.
Oh god.
Hey, goodbye,
Well-
everybody.
I'm gonna just go ahead and silvery barbs that.
Thank you.
I'll see
Well,
you
yeah,
all
we're-
next week.
We're just gonna go. Who do I target for silver? How do I target the
so-
creature or?
Oh! It's clutch.
Who are you giving advantage to?
I'm giving advantage to Magnus.
Okay.
So is that who I?
No, it's fine. I don't know if you. I mean, try it. What does it do when you hit it? I've never actually targeted somebody with silvery barbs before.
Not sure.
I guess it's not targeted. Anyway,
Well,
Magnus
that's
has advantage.
Magnus has advantage. That's its turn. Linnea needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Does fear make it so she makes her saves at disadvantage too, or is it just attack rolls?
I'd have to ask our resident rules lawyer. But he's in chat.
Come on, chat. Because I am so bad with conditions.
So they're frightened?
Yep. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Okay, so she can make the saving throw.
Donnie had a good question.
Mhm.
Since he's got a rules lawyer from chat, before you do that, what was the lower of the 2 rolls on the nat 20 that hit?
Think it was a 15.
Why did they change it?
Well, because silvery barbs would just apply to the one that hit, but you were still at advantage, so that other roll would still...
I thought silvery barbs made it so you just re-rolled one.
The triggering creature must reroll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think...
So, I guess even if you did have had advantage, since it says use... Well, would you use the lower roll over the other die too?
I'm pretty sure you re-roll the one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still have to re-roll. But I think you
Yeah.
only have to re-roll one of the dice. But the other one was... Yeah, no, I thought you only had to roll one dice. But it doesn't matter, even if it would be, you have to take the lowest roll. Because the other one was a 12 plus 7 would have hit. So I'm just gonna go with the nat 1 because we'll figure it out later.
For frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. It doesn't say saving throws. And you can't willingly move closer to the source of the fear.
She is petrified. She has nothing other than a dagger. So she is going to try and attack it with, like, throw the dagger at this thing. With massive disadvantage. Which it just, like, doesn't even come close. It almost hits Wimble on the way across, and then she runs away. And is going to... Oh, no, she can't move there. She's running to the, tunnel.
Exit.
She's running away. Magnus.
No, it's Pippin's turn.
Pippin's turn.
Oh, sorry, Pippin.
Yep. Well. Let's see. Yeah, I have faith. I have so much faith. I have so much faith.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Wimble here. Give him some 15 points of healing. Now I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration and give it to our fire. And then I will end my turn, because I'm out of, things. Pippin has no fear.
And according
That
to
is
our resident
true.
rules lawyer in chat, you use the lower die between the single die that you force the reroll on and the silvery barbs roll, but on that advantage, you would still apply the higher of the 2 dice. So we'll just... Now we know going forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always rolled it that you take whatever was the reroll dice, but... Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to complain about my character still being alive, so...
Oh, I forgot to hit the intern button. That's crazy. My bad.
Oh, it's all good. Seeing as my options are shoot or run, I'm gonna shoot it because I don't have much else to do anyway. Maybe I can distract it.
You guys, you can roll an insight check too for me after you shoot it.
You said my Mimir has like knowledge of like planar portals and such, right?
Yeah. It's not called that. It's a different thing.
Yeah. Sorry, that's the not the Mimir. The
Oops.
brain just farted.
That is
Sentinel's Echo. It has planar knowledge, knows basic useful information about planar connections specific to here. So I'll take a bonus action and toss it up into the air.
Did you not have it floating before? Like
No,
from when you...
No, I had it on my belt because I thought
Okay.
a floating skull walking through town might be a little bit conspicuous.
That's a good point. Okay. So
I'm
you now
going
have a
to
floating skull.
chuck it into the air.
'Kay.
And as I'm lining up a shot, I'm going to just ask it, how do we get this thing back into the portal it came from?
How do you
I
get this
don't-
thing back into the portal?
The big angry cat. I don't know.
It responds. You would have to open the portal and shove it back through. But the portal would have to be wide open.
Okay. Well, as I shoot it for another 11 damage again.
And then roll an insight check for me. Because this thing currently is not bloodied. I will just put that out there.
With a whopping 9.
Never mind. You are too focused on this beast in front of you.
That was an ability check. I think I can use a moxie point to re-roll.
Okay.
If I fail an ability check. Yeah. When I fail an
Second
ability check,
chance.
I can expend one moxie to re-roll it.
Okay.
So I will use my moxie point to re-roll. Never mind. It was even
Yeah, you are too locked in on this creature. I will say you would know that it's not bloodied yet.
Yeah, I don't have much else. I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, let me just see. Till the end of its next. So you are blind until the end of the Dawn Drinker's next turn.
Okay.
End of. By the way, this is an actual monster that I got off of D&D Beyond. This is not homebrew.
I do
This
like
one's
it.
not. It's
Just blind.
Mama is.
Blind?
Babies are.
Just blind?
You are blind. Just blind. No.
Okay. So last I saw, our fire ran in close to me. I just heard and felt Pippin heal
Poke
me.
Touch you.
Yep. Yeah.
And I know that Mr. I only got a couple of spells left is somewhere nearby. The spell, I don't have to see people to use it. Oh, it's not gonna last though if I get hit. Well, anyways, it doesn't matter because if I get hit again, I'm probably going down. I'm gonna do a bless and target those 3 creatures.
Okay.
It just says 3
so-
creatures within range. And it's
So
30
our
feet.
fire, Pippin, and Mage.
And mage.
Okay.
I can't see them to target them, so you'll have to apply it to them. But it just says
Yep,
you can
not a
choose 3
problem.
creatures in range.
Okay.
Ooh, glowy.
And then I'm going to raise my arms up big in the direction I think this thing is. And just go on, get.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
I mean, roll an intimidation at disadvantage.
Do I get advantage, though, because I still have the 1 minute of
No.
booming voice?
No.
It's thaumaturgy. You have advantage on intimidation checks for 1 minute as long as your voice is booming. And it's not concentration.
interesting.
So it would just be a straight intimidation roll,
It would
right?
be a straight. Yeah.
I'm a rules lawyer myself out of this. You gotta credit me for trying.
Yeah. Big number.
I just turn and I'm looking towards the crystal. You know, go on, get it.
Okay, I mean, let's see what it does not have a good wisdom. So we'll see. Yeah, no, it does not. It does not flee.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Our fire is going to adrenaline rush. Use ability. So she can take the dash action as a bonus action. She's gonna gain temporary hit points equal to proficiency, which is +2. Oh no, 2, not just +2. And then she is going to come over, grab Wimble, and drag your sorry ass away. And then she can move. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because she's dashing. And then she is going to... Is Adrenaline Rush an action? You can take... Oh no, that's a bonus action. I just said that. And then she is going to drag you another 15... Oh no, that was a full dash. Never mind. Okay. That's her turn. And she is going to yell, "Everybody run." Because I'm in charge of her, so I can do that.
Oh God, it got me. It's taking me away.
Mage Guy is going to use his last level 2 spell slot. Whoops.
Oh, he's got level 2 spells? What's he complaining about?
He fought off a mated pair and their cubs.
We're level 2.
Yeah. That's why they're like, you need to run.
You don't know me.
Oh. That is so sad. He casts web on the creature, but this creature is very strong. Well, not very, very, but it appears to be determined to... Oh no, it's dexterous. Determined to... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he is determined to not get stuck in the web, and then he is going to run away. Also, while yelling out, it's resistant to fire, but if you light up the web, it does pretty decent amount of damage. And then he's running away. Alright, Seb?
Seb just shouts, "You left Pippin!" And then he's going to attack the thing because he wants to draw his attention away from Pippin. But as he like essentially emotes with his arms, like the runes along his arms are going to start igniting in like a blue glow. As I use, where is it? Innate sorcery. That gives me advantage on my attacks. Is it still... Do I need to move to get a clear line of sight on it, or do I have a clear line on it now?
Currently you have a clear line.
Alright, I am going to cast Chromatic Orb as fire. Come on.
Are you targeting him or the web?
Would it have to go through the web to get to him?
Technically, I think 20-foot cube. Well, I guess then yeah.
I was hoping to do both possible.
Yeah. No, you're right. It does. 17 does hit. 5, 10, 15, 20. 8.
Right.
Is it rolling the damage, or is it asking you?
Yeah, I'm rolling it now. I may re-roll some of the damage. I'm gonna see what lands.
Good damage. Good damage.
– 14 points of fire damage. It is resistant, so it's down to 7. Can you roll 2, 4, 6, 8? What is it? 8d4 for me as well?
Yeah.
Half of 18 is 9, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So now it is looking bloodied now.
Does it look at me?
Runs away in 1 round. Nope. It's looking at Pippin.
Hi. Good kitty. Why is it always the kitties who want to bite me?
Sev is going to try to. He's just shouting at to draw his attention. But that is all I can do. I do take a 5-foot step back. Because while he is concerned about Pippin's safety, he is also concerned about his own.
Smart.
Never mind. His back's to a wall right now. He hides behind the old guy.
Old meat shield.
Yep.
When it comes to meat
he's
shield,
like,
it doesn't matter if it's old or not.
he's like, Pippin, run! And he's like, and he looks at the giant cats like, there's more where that came from. Then he sidesteps behind the old man.
Want to hit? There we go. Okay, so does she need to her choice that you can see? So Mirren is going to move down, and then she is going to cast Dissonant Whispers with the hope that he will run away. Oh, she rolled really bad on her damage. But it did fail the saving throw, so it has to use its reaction to run as far away as it can. It does not have resistance to the psychic damage. Sev, can you roll another 4d4 fire damage, please? As it runs
Yes.
through the rest of the web. So another 3 points of damage. And it is going to move. Doop. And then she is going to continue her movement back.
Oh, nice. Got a little wall going.
So it is going to he is going to run away. He's moving 80 feet. If from where you are, you have an ability that can hit him 80 feet from where he currently is, you can have one reaction to.
Technically,
If
mean,
I'm able
So
to
wherever
step,
he is, plus 80 feet.
if I'm able
is-
to step 5 feet before I do it, I
No.
can hit it with my hoopak.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I can shoot it now, but not in after 80 feet.
Yeah, no, it's moving 80 feet. So wherever you are, like the distance you are plus 80 feet is the distance he is away from you at the end of his turn.
if I enhance my thing with meta magic, I can hit him up to 240 feet away.
Nice.
And how far away are you right now?
95.
Yeah,
But
it
it
doesn't
would
have to
be
be.
within range. So if I because my sorcerer's blast is 120 foot range, extended spell would make it 240.
1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
When a
So
ranged
he'd be
weapon has
170
like
away from you.
a normal range and then a small and then like a much bigger number, like my hoopak says 40 and then in brackets says 160. Do I have disadvantage
Yeah.
at that up to that 160?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna hit it anyway with the rock.
So Pippin's misses. And does this last for one turn?
The meta magic, I think, is just for one spell.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just one spell.
Each
Yeah.
each meta magic applies only to the spell that you're applying it to.
Okay. What does your astral spark do?
That allows me to teleport 30 feet whenever I use meta magic,
Oh right, yeah, okay.
which I'll. Yeah, no, I'm not teleporting closer. In fact, up my face. Nah, I can't run away.
All right.
I'll
So
let's see.
make the attack.
All right, still at advantage, thankfully.
Oh, you are no longer blinded.
Come on, 20.
Oh, 24 hits.
I'm gonna hit with psychic damage.
Seven points damage, takes the whole damage. And it's definitely just running away at this point. Magnus, you said you could hit it?
Not after the 80 feet.
Okay,
I'd have
then...
to hit it now.
Yeah, no, it's on its turn, so it's like the next round. Okay, so can anybody else hit it at the what you are plus 80? Nope.
No.
All right. We are going to end combat as this thing runs away.
Yeah,
I
go
linked
on,
this.
get. I told y'all. You just gotta run at the big scary animal, flap your arms, and get real loud.
What did you summon?
We didn't summon it. It came through. There's a very big difference.
How did you get through?
Well, our ritual to close the rift didn't work, and he looks over at Mira. Mirren? Wait, where is she?
Yeah, Mirren.
Mirren. And he's like, her resonance was too slow, and she's like, my resonance was fine. There was just a surge of astral power from the other side. And they look like they're gonna start arguing again. We are out of combat. We don't need the scary. No, it's... We need to close the rift. If we don't close the rift, more things can come through. Hopefully with how much you guys were able to attack it And this is the guy, old man. Hopefully that means he'll go back to his mate, and at the very least we have some time. But it'll give us time to close the rift. That's about it.
Can I be of any assistance?
I mean, all of you could be of an assistance. We'd have to change the ritual a little bit to draw on your life forces. But it might work. I might be able to tweak it enough to work.
Life force?
Well, you're not trained with this kind of ritual. You don't know anything about how to close rifts or how to channel the power, so I just need your energy to channel into.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure. I mean, you would know that you can expend energy to help somebody else's magical work, which you would be very familiar with, as that has happened to you for a very long time. Other than that, you don't know what kind of ritual he needs to do. And with a 14, I mean, it's pretty clear that there is a rift in space and that it goes to a different plane.
Do I feel like I could substitute a sorcerer point to substitute for my life force?
Yeah, if you add, you'd probably have to do more than just a sorcery point, spell slot would be able to eliminate the need for, life force. Magical energy definitely would help.
I still got a spell in me.
I'd like to look up at my Sentinel's Echo.
Okay.
What's the most efficient way of closing this without killing anybody?
Without killing anybody? The guy gets super offended. He's like, I was never gonna kill you. That wasn't the point. And the thing starts spouting off a complex ritual on, which is and the guy's sitting here watching this skull with an odd expression, and then he goes, actually, that's a nice tweak to the ritual. I'm gonna have to, and then he pulls out a book and starts scribbling notes. But with this knowledge of the skull, and I don't know, I'm not coming up with how it answers, but it does give you a better way than what he was thinking. It's still going to require energy, but not nearly as taxing.
Nice.
So, it also would cut down the time of the ritual.
That's good.
And
How
the
long
guy's
you can
furiously.
prepare?
I need at least an hour to prepare. Hopefully, while I'm doing that, if you can re-energize the crystals, that would be beneficial. We need them lit.
Well, I cannot give you any sort of magical assistance. I will go to the other end of the clearing and keep watch for the return of it or its mates.
That would be appreciated. Other wildlife tends to avoid this area, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Did you just literally walk across that? Or did you go around?
I would go around, but I just moved my token.
Just making sure.
Nah, crazy hippo man from space, he's gonna dump right into the big purple hole in the ground. Why not?
Oh, you're lucky I'm nice sometimes. Okay, so you're going to keep watch. You need to re-energize these 2 crystals. Linnea is useless as a note. She is like sobbing. Absolutely sobbing, and she's like saying like, I didn't know that stuff like this could happen. We were just supposed to come and close these things and make them stable, and this shouldn't be happening, and why is this happening now?
Pippin, because he'll feel like he'll just get in the way of the crystals, he's going to sit next to her and pull out the juice stone, flourish it, and go, "You need a drink."
She like looks at it. You pull the stopper. She's like, okay, and then takes a drink. She feels marginally better. She wasn't injured, but it does seem to start to bolster her resolve a little bit, and she, takes some time to calm down.
It's okay. Think of it like this. There's no mistake you can make that is truly enough to be a big problem. I mean, there's no way that cat can really end the world or anything. And even if it did, somebody much stronger than you and I would come and kill it way before then.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
Well, why would it make you feel worse?
Because there are definitely things that are worse than this. Like, this is a big mistake. We miscalculated, the rift pulled open farther, and now we've got crazy monsters on the loose that are really powerful and gonna eat everybody.
No.
And they have babies!
Do you think we could keep one of the babies? They looked cute if it didn't try to, like... If it didn't bite Wimble, it would have been really cute.
She, like, doesn't know what to do with you. Wimble, what are you doing?
Well, while I
Taking a short rest to not die?
I disagree with my enthusiastic friend over here. I think that what's important right now is that we all take a little bit of time to enjoy each other's company and reflect on the mistakes that led us to this situation.
No one wants...
The guy mumbles like, yeah, not closing the rift or booming your voice out when you heard that there were creatures come through the rift. That is a big mistake. As he's scribbling away.
Now,
Wimble, the only person who wants to enjoy your company right now is yourself, and I'm pretty sure there's a nice corner over there. No one will look.
listen.
The girl has no idea.
Wumble just runs around with a raging war on.
You're not being helpful right now, Pippin.
And you were?
Yeah.
So... Okay, so you are going to take a short rest is what I'm... Okay. Sev, what are you doing?
Inspecting the crystal, reach out, touch each. Very hesitant at first, but he realizes how dangerous that rift is, so he's going to try to re-energize the crystal.
So... What is your idea to energize the crystal?
Excellent
This
question.
Is... let me... Whoops.
Can I roll an Arcana to kind of inspect it?
Sure. While you do that, I'm going to find out what crystal it is.
Now, I do have a question that I forgot to ask. Now that we're kind of sitting down, and does this portal look anyway familiar to Pippin?
Yes.
Yeah.
It does, but this one is bigger because it's newer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, roll an intelligence check to see, and then tell me what it is, because I'm on a different screen.
Of course. 19. No, 20.
Okay. It's definitely the same type of phenomenon.
Uh-huh.
You're pretty sure that, like, this place, there is a thinning of the veil anyway. Like, generally speaking, Standing Stone's kind of like this. There is a thinning of the veil between planes. But, and then where you had seen the other rift, potentially could have also been a thinning of the veil, but it's definitely the same type of phenomenon. This one is more intense, but it's also been a significant amount of time between when you saw it, like the first one and this one. So it could also be a combination of that this one is like already thin, and that whatever is causing these things is accelerating.
Mm-hmm.
For Sev, these are umbrous crystals that are shot up. They often are associated with constellations, illusions, enchantments, and like dreamlike stuff. And the difference between like dream and reality is a fine line too.
It's a dumb question, but would I think drinking of that dream wine might change my perception of this rift?
It's not a dumb question. It could very well, yeah. Because this is all like umbrous crystals, it probably wouldn't work anywhere else, like in a different part of the world. But there is the potential that going into a dream state would show you something else. Also, it with the 22 Arcana, you probably just need to light the torch, basically. Like the crystal is kind of like a torch. If you can light it, you'd probably have to, like, if you're using the light spell, you'd probably have to spend 10 minutes repeating it for each crystal, but it's definitely doable.
Then yeah, just out of curiosity, he walks over to Wimble. Wimble, do you have any more of that dream wine left?
Listen, but we haven't been traveling together very long, but if I have liquor left over from the night before, we have a problem.
Oh, fair enough. In that case, he goes and starts chain casting light into the crystal.
Sure. All right.
So, seeing that he's just casting an illusion spell, I want to go over to the other crystal and cast color spray on it.
Okay. What does
It's an
color
illusion
spray do?
spell. It should light it up. Cast spell. Oh, I
Flashing
missed.
colorful light.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's a first level spell.
Yep.
Yeah. So, with the first level spell, you were able to cast it, and the crystal lights. It starts off with multiple colors, and then as it kind of like infuses into the crystal, it shifts the colors itself to this purple. And then all 5 are lit.
Man, Sav, you're smart. Good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Yours seems a little more effective.
You just put a little bit more juice into it at the start. Yours is probably much better in the long run. Maybe.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
All right. So sorry. As you guys start to finish your long rest.
Short rest?
Thank you. Yes, that one.
I'll take a long rest.
No. Everybody other than Sev and Pippin can take a short rest. How do I roll hit dice for an NPC? What's a d6? That. What did I just do? Yeah, so you guys can take the short rest. What did I just do? Oh, man. Oh, that's what I just did. Okay. Sorry. Everything is great. Okay, so he's gonna roll... never mind, he was actually working on his stuff. He can't roll. Okay, so she's gonna heal herself, though. 16. As you end the short rest, has been furiously scribbling. Scribble. And then every once in a while he would turn to like Magnus and have you ask different questions of... Oh no, Magnus is gone. Never mind. Magnus is keeping watch. His head flies up and looks directly at the portal and goes, "By the gods, we need to hurry. It's going to open again." And then in a panic rushes over to the crystal, like to the rift, and says, "Everybody, come on, gather around. We need to do this quickly or we're dead."
Can we delay it to give us more time?
Well, we needed to do the ritual. We were going to do the ritual anyway. So there is no more time. It's opening.
Wow.
I need everybody. Excuse me. He directs you to... He wants somebody at each crystal. So, she is no longer frightened. Yep. Doop. Oh, look at that. That is the perfect amount of people. Holy shit. It's like I planned it. Sorry. I did plan it, but I didn't count. Okay. So he directs everybody and says, "Okay, when I start the ritual, I need everybody to give me energy. You can give me magical energy, or you can give me physical energy. And how this is going to work is you can choose a number of spell slots to add to the pot to put magical energy up, or you can add hit dice to the pot. And for everything that gets added, he gets a bonus to his ritual roll."
Question.
Can I use
So-
Bardic
No.
Inspiration? No?
I mean, you could give him Bardic Inspiration to give him a better chance at this
Yeah,
roll.
that's a great idea. I'm going to do that real quick.
Do channeled divinities count as magical energy?
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, it's divine magical energy.
I know.
She
Interesting.
So-
has nothing left.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Can I use my second innate sorcery, which essentially like boosts his magic, in tandem with empowered spell and 2 spell slots, just to get everything he has?
Sure.
Yeah, so he lights up like a Christmas tree and just funnels all of his magic into the crystal or into him.
Okay. Yeah, into him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, how it will work is it kind of like, as you start channeling this energy with the intention of going to him, the crystal pulls it out of you and then shoots towards him. So it's like you start powering up and then you feel it drawn into the crystal up over the top and then it hits him.
So
and
he's like a
Mira
center of the
starts
neck.
singing. Yeah, exactly. So you have what, 2 spell slots left?
2 level 1 spell slots, along with innate sorcery, which essentially boosts the potency, and then empowered spell, which empowers it.
3, 4. Okay. So that's Sev. Pippin.
I have no spell slots left, so I'm just gonna drop half my HP into him. Gonna do my good morning dance.
Okay. You don't have to drop your HP into him. You could, like, do you want to do both your hit dice?
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can just have my short rest hit dice.
Yeah, 'cause it would have been hit points before, but the skull has helped manage the ritual that you can channel in your hit dice instead.
Yep.
Magnus, what are you contributing?
Shall give him the dance of my people, also known as my hit dice.
Okay. How many? Both? Like 2?
2.
Okay, so we got 2, 4,
Now those
5,
hips
6,
don't lie.
7, 8. Magnus?
Yeah, meanwhile Magnus over there is just like doing the what's it called? The like haka or is that what it's called? The
Haka?
Hawaiian thing. That
Yeah.
It's,
wow, my brain.
Samoan.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, haka. Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for.
Wimble, what are you up? What are you?
I'll pump a spell slot and a channel divinity into it.
Okay. So
That would leave me 1 channel divinity left.
13. Okay. Why is that doing that? Intelligence, not. Okay. So as you start channeling this energy, physical, magical, into like this ritual, he starts chanting, and Linnea, she's just channeling her physical power into him as well. Mirren starts singing, and it's a beautiful lilting song. Like it's you've never heard anything quite like it. Sev, you probably have like an inkling of where it's trying to hit because of some of the things you've experienced. You've never experienced somebody do this with song, but it definitely pulls at a part of your soul that has experience with this kind of magic.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 99 on my D100 to see if this thing is going to open.
Did we
The
want high
DC is
number?
very hard. Sorry?
Is his high number good?
Oh no.
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 Yeah.
No. When his head whipped up, he was petrified. Like it's opening. You've literally just enough time for him to explain it, start the ritual, and then it's starting to rip and tear. So the DC on this is extremely high. Luckily, you guys, so we have 4 from Sev, 2 from Pippin, 2 from Magnus, 2 from Wimble, and then 1 from Linnea and 1 from Mirren. So we've
If-
got a plus 12.
If Sev
Jeez.
feels like the immediate danger coming from it opening, could he channel more into it?
You can. Do you have more?
2 hit dice and a lucky die.
Okay. I will say this is going to drain everything out of you.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Like-
oh crap, I'm about to die,
Yeah. So you said 2 more hit dice and a lucky
and then
die?
a lucky die, which
Okay,
is
so
literally
he has a
every
plus-
resource.
He has
That'd
a
be plus
plus
15.
15 from your guys' in inspiration. The DC is 30.
He also gets a plus 1d6 from the bardic inspiration.
Yep.
Oh, he rolled really well.
That's good.
Oh,
Did he
I
roll well
accidentally-
enough? Yes, he did.
So
Oh.
as this rift is ripping and tearing and it starts to pulse, and there's this purple mixed with like shadow, and you can see tendrils of it kind of just making everything like you can see the fabric of reality just being ripped and pulled apart. Sev, from where you are, you can, and actually Pippin as well, you can see into this portal, and there are a lot of other creatures on the other side gaming for their entrance. Like they're trying to come through, and he, this time with the extra ability and extra power, and you guys are quite a bit more powerful than like Linnea and all of that. So he's able to literally just take Mirren's song and take a note and then put an anchor in, and then he'll take a piece from Pippin and put another anchor in, and he keeps putting these anchors, and you can see the stitching along, and then with that final burst from Sev, you can see it just like slam shut, and then like this boom of power, it reverberates out, knocks everybody down, but the rift is closed. And Sev, you have like 3 levels of exhaustion.
And probably unconscious, yeah.
Yeah.
3? Oh no.
Yeah. I did tell you. Everything out of
Oh,
you,
yeah.
man. And you all see Sev drop.
Well, shit.
That was 3 levels.
So-
We don't have to stand at our crystals anymore, right, Mr.
Nope.
Ulrich?
Nope, the portal's closed. It should be closed for quite some time now. That was better than we ever could have hoped for. You guys are lifesavers.
Can I make a medicine check to make sure my buddy Sev ain't dying?
Sure.
I need 3 long rests to get back to 0.
Yes, you do.
Oh no. 9.
Yeah, exhaustion sucks.
I mean, he's breathing, but he is pale and clammy, and like he looks really bad.
He needs mouth
But he
to
is
mouth.
breathing.
No, he's
Uh,
unconscious, so you can't stop it.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
our fire just goes over and grabs you, which I forgot about her. Anyway, grabs you by the scruff of the neck and says no, and then puts 5 points of lay on hands, which helps bring some of the color back to his cheeks, but does not bring you back to consciousness.
I'd like to keep a lookout for the returning beasties in case they get
Sure.
intrigued by the noise.
You can roll a perception check. Sorry.
No, all good.
Uh,
Whopping 10.
You don't see anything. Everything seems quiet, like it's unnaturally quiet. It's definitely unnaturally quiet. There are
It
no
looks
critters
clear.
around.
Now, Master Alaric, I think was your name.
Alaric, but yes.
Yeah, something like that. Something fancy, high and mighty. Now, are these stones north of the town? What was the name of the town? Moonrise Crossing?
Moonrise Crossing. Yes.
Guys, this is a double payday. So, there were 2 quests that wound up out here.
Yep.
That's a lot of alms going to Mirabelle, of course. Now, I heard something
More
about
like
y'all
going to,
being
alcohol.
Veil Watchers.
You heard that? That's not good. We are
I-
in so much trouble.
I
You weren't
am-
exactly quiet.
I am blessed by the mighty on high Mirabelle.
Well, the mighty on high Mirabelle does not have anything to do with the Veil Watchers.
No, I was just saying I
We're
heard you
a-
because I have her skills of perception.
Or we didn't know you were there and we were in distress.
Now let's not
Because you shouldn't have been there.
go calling a tuna fish sandwich peanut butter and jelly. Alls I know is we heard.
If we tell you anything, you have to swear to secrecy. You can't tell anybody about the Veil Watchers. It's a secret organization.
Can we be Veil Watchers?
You don't even know what it is. Why would you sign up for something you don't know what it is?
Seems fun.
Not particularly. I mean, we could petition to have you join, I suppose.
Hey, sign me up. Now, what's the story?
A petition isn't a sign up. It's I take your name, I send it to my superiors, and my superiors choose whether or not to let you join.
Pippin turns to Wimble and Arfire and Magnus and goes, Am I allowed to blackmail when I'm with y'all?
I'd prefer not. The thing with blackmail is you're kind of taking away other people's freedom, which goes against everything that I stand for.
It's not like they're going to give us any kind of reward. I want to be a cool Veil Watcher. It sounds fun.
You know,
I can send a petition for you, I suppose.
Sounds good.
try and catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Look, that's why I asked first.
Well, thank you.
Now,
I don't know what to do with him.
yeah, you just get used to it. Now, please, since we came in and saved the day, why don't you tell us about your organization?
Well, we watched the veil between this world and the others. And in certain areas, the veil thins. It's our job to reinforce the veil. Currently, we are in a cycle of... Well, the bosses call it the astral convergence. It happens. We happen to be on the cusp of it happening, and it doesn't happen often. You know, it hasn't happened in 10,000 years? 15,000 years? Something like that. And we knew it was coming, so we've been stationed here trying to keep the veils closed. Unfortunately, none of us have been alive for it, so we're going off of text. Ancient text. Also, it's getting stronger and portals are more volatile. So be careful if you're doing astral travel, just as a side note.
Now, just out of curiosity, do you happen to know if there's any people making this worse, or people that might worship this, or people that might be trying to do something weird? And does an icon of a 8-sided star or sun thing mean anything to you? Just
No, I haven't heard of anybody worshipping this. Most people have never heard of it. If people hear about it, there's going to be widespread panic. And then when there's widespread panic, then bad things happen, and then we can't do our job, and then worse things happen. So it's not widely known. It's very contained. I mean, I have seen that symbol. People came through Moonrise not too long ago, couple of days. But this has been going on for, I mean, we're a year into the convergence.
all right. I just wanted to make sure that our problems aren't the same.
And how long does one of these convergences usually last?
It usually hits its peak at about a year. So, and then we're not exactly sure. We just go until it's done. So, the historical records are fragmented. They're ancient. Like I said, 20,000 years ago is when the last one happened. We know it's cyclical because the records showed that there had been one 20,000 years before that one. As a side note, this world is really old. So you would have known that it's that old. Like, it's old.
I thought that was Alaric saying that, and I was going to make a joke.
No. Yeah, magic around thinned points is going to be a little bit more unstable. Surges, that kind of thing. Also, creatures coming through.
Now, Mirren,
Yes.
I believe your neighbor is concerned because they haven't seen you in a couple days.
Which reminds me, I need to look at
Elmsy?
Ugh, Elmsy? Seriously? Is that her name?
That's the name on the quest.
Okay, thank you. I forgot to open it. I was in the process of opening it, and then I forgot. Okay. Again, like, she knows I'm not always home. I'm sorry you had to... I'm sorry you had to do that.
Well, is there something we could tell her, unless you're going to come back to town now? Is there something we could tell her to let her know that we did meet with you and you are okay?
Well, I mean, we are heading back to town now that the rift is closed. We have to figure out tracking these creatures or warning people, but again, I don't know how we're going to just be like, hey, these things came out of a rift that nobody knows about. So that's a thing?
Just tell them you saw weird cats. Big, weird, scary cats. They're scary, right?
I would say so.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just tell him you saw weird, big, scary cats and to be careful. You don't have to tell him the truth.
Do you lie a lot?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna shrug.
No. Where is she? Insight check. Insight. Oh my god, she believes you. Actually, roll a deception check.
You got it.
Probably should roll for that. Unless you roll really bad.
I'm a bard. I can't roll bad.
She just believes you. You rolled a 12.
Yep.
Okay.
Did we find
Sure.
the locket already?
I believe you did.
Yes, we did because we got
Uh-huh.
really lucky because our fire used their lucky die
Oh,
for it. I
yeah.
think,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or was it inspiration? One of them
I remember.
used something.
Yeah, something. Oh, also, Pippin, you have inspiration.
And then
Yes, I do.
Did we return
Yeah, so
the
we've
box to Borin Stonehand?
We
Not
have
yet.
not.
Okay.
not yet.
Yeah,
We did the box, we found the locket, and then we found her. And then we also apparently found the waystones with the weird stuff going on. If that's what
Yep.
like the
Yeah,
standing
that's-
Yep.
stones.
That's why I
Uh-huh,
asked
yep.
if these were the standing stones north of town.
Yep.
So that's
Woo!
four things we need to go back and
We're
turn in.
getting paid. We're gonna drink.
Yeah, because
I
you've
knew
got.
you weren't going to make those alms to Miravel.
Well, of course, I'll give Miravel her due. In reverence.
Did you have any other questions for them? If you can find somebody that can hunt these creatures down, I don't think you're powerful enough right now.
Do you happen to know if there's any more of these portals around? Or is this the only one that happened to be spitting out creatures from the void? Or
This is the one we're in charge of. There's portals. You have to understand. Nexalon is a smorgasbord of ley lines, and they intersect a lot. And anywhere they intersect, there's the potential of a thinning. When you get situations like this where you have like standing stones or crystals, or sometimes you'll have like mushroom circles, that is a thinning of a veil. Sometimes they're to a specific place. Like the mushrooms tend to be to the Feywild. Sometimes it's like to the Shadowfell, or and he like lists off a couple of other places. When you get something significant like this one, it could be random. So we're not exactly sure where this one came from. I'll have to do some research on that. This is the old man. But I also need to do some more research on those creatures. I've only heard a little bit about them. I imagine they're going to go try and make a lair. So hopefully we have some time.
so there's a number of these like natural portals around.
Yes. A lot. Everywhere.
I'll kind of look up at the skull and just because Magnus doesn't know fully what it does. Like, I'm trying not to completely metagame from the I read the description, I know what it does type thing.
That's okay.
So yeah. So while he's having this conversation, it's look up at it and just, you seem to know something about the portal. What else do you know about these? In broad terms.
In broad terms, like he said, if there are convergences of ley lines, that will thin the veil. Depending on how many there are in a certain area will depend on how strong that is, or if there are other phenomenon in the area. It is a good way to travel between the realms if you know where it is. You can just step from one to the other. It can be closed by certain rituals or reinforced more than closed. This is a usual circumstance where the rift has been sealed for a quite significant amount of time, and it's like starts rambling. And it would also say that all of the nexuses are situated, all of the main nexuses are situated around the main crystals of the city states, and you can expect to find more interesting phenomenon happening around those things. But due to the nature of ley lines, as it is direct lines from one city to another, the highest collection of convergences is around Aurelion, as that is the center of the world. And then it just like starts rambling.
I see.
This was like listening to a lecture in school, and I hate every minute of it.
Oh, you
Well,
become a Veil Watcher if you just ignore it.
Say that again,
in
sorry.
this case,
You'll never become a Veil Watcher if you ignore it, Wimble.
Oh.
Where's your Veil Watcher spirit?
the lecture might prove between life and death. So I'm willing to give it a listen.
I will, being says you have this repository of knowledge, Magnus, I'm going to send you the picture of Nexalon with the ley lines.
Oh, okay.
Marvel at my craziness, because this took me forever.
Oh,
Booty
I'm
was there when
excited.
I was doing this.
Yeah, it's
It was a nightmare.
It's a little intense.
Okay, now I'm very much intrigued.
Now, I think we should start making our way back towards town before it gets dark out. Although we got this nice tunnel to go through.
Yes, I would suggest we get inside said tunnel for protective purposes, at least.
That, or I can
In
make my
that
voice
case,
real loud and I can yell again.
Please don't do that. Linnea is like, please don't. I don't think I can face one of those again. That was petrifying, and I want to go home to my mom.
Well, then let's go home.
we do not have the firepower to deal with that thing at the moment.
No, and no.
Oh, I call it blind optimism, but I think we could take one in a fight.
You almost died.
That is very cool, by the way.
Hours.
I can imagine, but it's awesome. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. I'll post it in chat for. Can I post that in chat for anybody that is interested?
Yeah, post it in like
I would love it.
post it in like general or stream clips.
Oh yeah.
Or TTRPG
Discord.
stories.
All right.
Just-
So you guys start making your way. Our fire picks up.
Bev,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And just starts
Oh.
herding him.
I was half expecting everyone to start walking away and just be left there.
No,
I
our
know
fire
you-
would not leave you.
I know you're unconscious.
Yeah.
On our way back, Pippin's gonna bother the bard, Meryl,
Mirren.
Mirren, and see if
Mirren.
she will teach him the song that she did.
No.
Oh,
That is a proprietary song that you must be taught by one of the masters. Which only happens if you have been accepted into the ranks of the Veil Watchers, which we will, of course, put in a reference for you and a letter of recommendation. It will be sent forthwith. You make your way back to town.
Pippin in an organization to save the world.
Pippin in a secret organization you're not supposed to talk about.
Right?
Pippin doesn't talk about lots of things. He's very good at talking about about
I don't
a
know
lot.
why, but I just picture you going up to every NPC for the rest of the campaign. Hi, I'm Pippin of the Veil Watchers.
Listen, if Pippin acts silly enough, no one will believe him.
Yeah, until you
Yeah,
go
like, if
across
you-
the wrong person and they kill you.
If you
Nah,
if you
no
just
one would
spout
hurt.
enough bull crap, then nobody can sift through it to find the kernel of truth.
Okay. So you make your way back to town. By the time you get there, it's coming up on dark. You can return the locket to the rightful person. You can talk to the what's her
Bridge
name?
master, bridge keeper.
Bridge. Yes, the bridge keeper gives you 25 gold because half of the value was nothing. So he gives you 25 gold for opening the box. Do you try and hide the scroll and just like pretend there was nothing in there, or do you give him everything that was in the box?
I
Didn't?
would have made a copy of it at the very least. Before
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
fine.
you saying you made a copy of it.
Actually, I think that was our fire doing it, but yes, we did make a copy of it.
Okay. And then you gave it to him. Okay, so he gives you 25 gold. Elder Rowan, for the disturbance, is going to give you a finely crafted gnome item. I don't have said item. But I will get that for you for next time. And then when you return the silver locket, he is over the moon ecstatic you got that to him, as it is one of like his favorite pictures of his dead wife, and he gives you 10 gold. And then the lady that was the worried neighbor, she gives you 30, and then Mirren gives you a letter of recommendation, and then we'll also send that off to somebody. She will tell you who to talk to. I don't have who that is, but she will tell you who to talk to. And then she also gives you she's going to give you a potion of healing and 100 gold for helping close the portal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She would also ask you to spread the word that there are dangerous beasts. They're going to put up a warning on the notice board that there are dangerous beasts and to be careful to the northwest, as they saw the beasts moving towards the Murmuring Fen across the river in that general direction.
Darn, we have to go through the Murmuring Fen.
Are we gonna split the gold evenly?
Did we talk about that?
I don't think we have.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a
We don't
like
have
a
we
party
haven't
contract
discussed
or anything going yet.
a party loot yet, so I would say yeah, just split it evenly.
So that would be 33 each.
How much does that leave any left over?
Dividing it among 5 is 33 evenly.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
You
it
can use
happens
the
to be-
travel token also as like a party loot tracker, as it's just a regular character token, which I think everybody has access to. Yeah. So you guys can use the travel token as like party loot as well.
Can we access that when it's not on the board?
If you go to the character tab on the top right-hand corner, it's in the PCs folder. It says travel token.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So we could probably put the potion of healing in there for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fine. I'm just imagining that the gnomish, item to be like, behold, this +3 gnomish greatsword, otherwise known as hippo dagger.
By the time you get back to Mirren's house, Sev, you've started waking up, but you are bone tired.
And are we tracking Gold and Foundry or D&D Beyond?
D&D Beyond, please.
Awesome.
Other than party loot would be on Foundry.
Now, Sev,
is
doctor's orders. You need a good night's sleep. You need a couple.
Oh, I got a headache.
Now, I don't normally advise this, but you should probably not drink tonight.
Yeah, no, I think I'm trying to crawl up the stairs and go to bed. Do we have rooms?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys had rented rooms like the previous night, which they're still available. So if you wanted to...
Sev just goes, the strange is going to sound, he crawls under the bed and just goes to sleep.
I'd like to go find Anya Meadowlight.
Okay, she's behind the bar.
Now, Miss Anya, it seems I've found myself in town for another night. I was wondering if you would like the courtesy of a second night together.
Oh dear. I would very much appreciate another night. That was quite relaxing afterwards.
Another free room, guys. It works.
I was about to say, relaxing during? You're not doing your job right, man.
No, I will just say, Wimble is wise enough to understand this lady is mourning and, like, getting over her husband, so the night is done in a very, like, compassionate way, rather than his normal, enthusiastic, pulling out all the bag of tricks.
Calm and respectful now, toys later.
Anything else you guys want to do in town before you start making your way to some... Well, I guess I'm assuming Somnacia, but...
Was that the only 4 quests that we picked up?
You had talked about doing another... Well, the Standing Stones was the other one you guys were going to take.
Yeah, those were the only ones that I think that were in the way and able to be done.
Okay.
That's not what I want.
So Fox has a list: the Bridgekeeper's Box, Silent Singer, River Investigations. Oh, was that the old place?
No,
Did
that
we-
was here too.
Did we
Yeah,
do
we haven't
that
done
one?
the river.
Okay.
No.
Where's the link for the board? Because I know that you made a Google Doc for the quest board, but I can't find
It's
it
in
anywhere.
out of character.
Ah.
Let's see. So River Investigations. We were gonna pick up, or well, we just took the information for messages to the departed, concerned father, and had looked at missing supplies, but that involved going west, and I can't remember if we're going west or not.
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were going to look at that one depending on if we come across it. I think the hard part about some of those is we're picking them up, but it'll be dependent on either getting a message back here in the future or coming back through here.
Well, as long as we don't go to as long as we stick to the roads, we will have to come through here if we want to go. And I guess if we could go around. It depends on if we go to Solstier or not. Will depend on if we come through here again.
Yeah. Anyways, I think other than the river investigation, which we can do in the morning real quick before we leave, not much to left to do here.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good for now.
Perfect.
We wouldn't be able to do it in the morning because it requires us to be there at dusk.
For the
Which
He wants
after
Yeah.
after collecting all of your like dropping all of your stuff off, it's now night.
Gotcha. Are we staying in town one more time, or do we want to just leave first thing in the morning and head out for Somnasia?
I would say leave in the morning, honestly.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're
'Cause
falling
that was
behind.
the original plan.
Yep.
Sev's gonna have to rest on the road.
We got a wagon.
You do have a wagon.
And
In-
horses.
In theory, Sev could rest in the wagon while someone else is driving and just sleep.
Yeah, he's spent.
And you can
Oh,
have
he
a
can
warm
rest comfort.
wimble. And you can have a warm wimble to keep you nice and cozy.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to cut a little bit short today just because we're getting ready to get the landlord here soon. And I want
Not a problem.
to make the Murmuring Fen actually good. So if we can end there, that's a pretty good ending place. You all do level up.
You want us to take our
Um,
long rest now too, or wait until next
Yeah.
time?
You can take your long rest. Long rest, level up. Magnus, you need to level up.
I have to do it now.
Yep.
Because
On Foundry.
Yep.
And it should give you all the prompts appropriately. But yeah, you guys can level up, and then next session, which is in 2 weeks, we will travel through the Murmuring Fen, which some of you already know this, but it is pretty important that you stay on the road. The Fen is known for stealing people, basically.
Don't worry, everybody. Pippin has a foolproof plan on how to get through the Murmuring Fen. He's done it before. He can do it again.
Nice. Alright,
Can you tell me what this foolproof plan is beforehand? Just like message me.
Well,
'Cause I'm curious.
luckily, since we have a wagon and horses, it makes it much easier. You're not allowed to get off the wagon. If you get off the wagon, you have to tie yourself to the wagon.
That actually is not a bad idea. You just have to control the beasties.
If the horses get off the road, jump off the wagon. Don't go after them. Not worth it.
Sev is going to be sleeping in the wagon, so hope you'll drag him out.
That's funny.
All right. Nathan, can you give us your normal?
Alright, well, if you guys enjoyed our chaos as much as we enjoyed playing it, please give us a follow. It helps out greatly. Down below, you'll find links to our Discord, YouTube, Astro's TikTok, and Booty's Twitch. Our Discord is free and open to everybody. We'd like to see you there. Our YouTube, we usually put up our replays of our sessions, usually 2 days after the fact. On wow, brain went sideways for a moment. On Azrael's TikTok, he does a lot of D&D shorts and videos. They're all pretty great, so go check them out. I think you guys would like them. And on Booty's Twitch, he streams once or twice a week, and he's always friendly and engaged with the chat, and is always great to hang out with. So go over and give him the love too. You'll find us again back here tomorrow for our Rise of the Ever-Chosen campaign. And then next Sunday, we'll be coming back into our Empires of the Silk Road campaign. And then next week, we will not be doing the When Landlights Rise, and that'll be in 2 weeks. So I believe that's everything, and I'll see you later.
Until next time, see you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.